Welcome to the FitMama Podcast, where it's all about gaining your health back as a busy woman and mom, and doing it without sacrificing time with your family or business. Here is your host, mompreneur and FitMama health coach, Angela Campbell.
All right, Fit Mompreneur community, take two. I literally hit live a few minutes ago and then my internet went boop and decided not to work. So real life, here we go. Excited to chat with you guys about the gut today and crazy hair looking today. It's Monday and it's been a busy, exciting, and actually an emotional Monday already. All great things, all great thing emotions. Just so many hearts being touched lately. That's all the feels. So if you're catching me live right now, say hi. Somebody say hi. Let me know that you're here. So I know that you are hearing me today, and that my internet doesn't crash on me again. So let's talk about the gut. So in the Fit Mompreneur community, we are over 5,000 women in this group looking to get healthy. We want to lose weight. We want to lose belly fat is usually one of the most common things that most of us in here are looking for. And just to get healthy overall. We're tired of feeling sick. We're tired of feeling tired. We're tired of all the things. So definitely, again, thank you for saying hi, Natasha. There you are. Perfect. Great. I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Hopefully my internet will not decide to crash again while I'm live like it did just a second ago, right? But today I want to talk about the power of the gut and why starting in the gut can truly help you lose weight and help you feel better. You want to function better. You want to feel better. You want to have more energy. You want to have less stomach bloat. You want to have all the feels, all the positive things that we're looking for. You know, everything stems in your gut and starts in your gut, you guys. So it's also kind of a big factor of the recipes that we've been passing out this past weekend. I created some new recipes. We shared them. We are sharing them. If you didn't get them yet, you haven't seen that, where we're sharing those with anybody and everybody, then drop recipes below and we'll shoot them to you over in a message. If you're in our VIP group, those of you amazing ladies that were coaching, I posted them in there for you guys as well too, just to quickly grab. So it's kind of the method behind the recipes. It's all about the right combinations of foods and different things to help you fight gut health, but also get rid of the unwanted weight and belly fat that we're trying to get rid of so bad, right? So again, say hi below if you are listening right now or catching this on a replay. I know most of you guys will catch it on a replay, but the power behind the gut. What are some signs? I'm going to share with you some signs today of why your gut may need a little bit more focus, a little bit more attention, and a little bit more love, a little bit more of the right things in your body in order to improve your gut health. I'm going to also talk a little bit about what actually causes gut inflammation. Sorry about that. But gut inflammation, what are some things that actually cause gut inflammation? How does this affect our body? How does this affect our weight? How does this affect our life, how we feel? And then also I'm going to share some things that you can start doing now, things that you can do, a lot of the things that we actually teach our women in our programs, just to help improve your gut. You guys, your gut is something that you should be focusing on every day with the food you eat and the certain things that you take. Because our gut is constantly affected by what we put in our bodies, what we put around our body, what we surround ourselves with, what we do, what we don't do. And sadly, in today's world of food, we're constantly being exposed to things that are harmful to our health or harmful to our gut, right? So we got to know what those are. And there's also some really amazing transformations recently and women going through our programs that have shared way more powerful stories than even just losing weight. Like one specifically, I know she doesn't mind me sharing. She gave me the green light. But she even posted in our VIP group just about her total transformation. She's, went through our 12-week program, lost we're right around the 12 inches, 11 and a half pounds. Anyways, she is definitely an amazing story, not just about what she lost in number form, but she got her life back. She found me back. Why? Because she has energy again. She's functioning mentally, physically again. She has autoimmune issues that, you guys, food affects and makes worse. So all the things that her biggest life change, and the part that gave me the chills is like her autoimmune, the symptoms from her autoimmune issues are way, way down, that were even causing her to go blind, you guys, because of the food that was going in her body. We cleaned that up. We lost inches. She lost pounds, but more so she got her life back. You guys, and that's the power of what food can do for you, and focusing on things like your gut and what you're putting in it. So let's get down to the bigger details of what I wanted to share with you first, and what are some signs. What are some signs, you know what, I maybe need to put a little bit more emphasis on my gut. If you're trying to lose weight, this is always going to benefit you. Focusing on your gut, you're going to help you lose weight. Focusing on your gut, it's going to help you lose belly fat. It's where it all starts. But so one sign of poor gut health, that maybe you need a little bit of focus on this area, can just simply be an upset stomach on a regular basis. I hear this often. Sometimes it can be gas, bloating, constipation, not going to the bathroom enough, maybe the opposite, maybe going to the bathroom too much. Heartburn can sometimes be a sign. These are signs that if you're experiencing any of these things and you're comfortable sharing in the comments any of them, drop them below, and just know you're in a group right now full of over 5,000 women that are probably experiencing a lot of the same things. If maybe not right this very moment, but maybe they have in the past. But if you're not going to the bathroom regularly, you guys, there's something going on in your gut and your digestive system that needs attention. That's a huge red flag, and it's very common. Sadly, with the way our women's bodies work, our hormones, all the things that are related to even and affected by our gut, disturbances in your stomach can often be a really, really big red flag for you that we need to start focusing on some gut health, right? A balanced gut can help you actually process food better, and get your digestive system on track, get you going to the restroom more, having less gas, having less bloating, having just a healthier stomach. So upset stomach is sign number one. Number two, unintentional weight changes. And what do I mean by that? You guys, I know some women that one day their scale is at one point, the next day it's up 4 to 5 pounds. And then it can go back down again and it go back up. You guys, these are really big signs. If yours is a constant change, no matter how hard you're working, no matter how clean you're eating or you feel like you're eating, the unintentional weight changes, gaining or losing weight without really making any changes in what it is that you're doing, can be a sign of, hey, hello, we need some gut health over here. Because again, your gut being inflamed, just literally, you guys are not going to the restroom. Little things like that will cause your scale to go up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. So if you have irregularity going in your scale, then that could be a sign of gut health. Now, granted, if you've ever seen any of my other videos, I always talk about how your scale's going to fluctuate anyway. Your scale goes up and down due to water weight. So I don't mean just like the tiny changes, because that's normal based on all kinds of different things. There's another video I did on that very topic. I don't want to, bombard and go into too much detail on that specific topic. But I mean, some women I see like 4-pound drop, 8-pound up. These are signs, you guys, of serious gut health needing attention. So that's definitely, hello, I need to work on my gut. That's your body saying, hello, I need my gut. Also sleep disturbances. You guys, these are signs, again, gut. A lot of people don't think about, hello, my gut, something's going on in me whenever I can't sleep. Or if I'm feeling super fatigued and tired. I know a lot of times we're thinking it's there's so many different things. I know at one point in my journey, I went to the doctor to get my blood worked because I thought, why am I so tired? I'm exhausted. I'm irritable. Things aren't, just working the way they're supposed to. And the doctor was like, you need to slow down and understand all the things that are going on. Well, I wasn't paying attention to my diet at all. I was eating crap. I was eating anything under the sun. I wasn't sleeping. I was constantly fatigued. And what did I do? I started working on my nutrition first. And then a lot of things started to align and come back to, hello, this is the Angela I'm supposed to be, right? So sleep disturbances, like if you're having trouble sleeping or you're constantly fatigued, no matter how much you eat, because you're thinking, okay, I need to eat more carbs, I need to eat this, I need to do that, I need to work out, but you're still fatigued. that is a red flag. You could have something going on in your gut that needs attention. An unhealthy gut can sometimes cause poor sleep, a little bit of insomnia, and therefore all those things are going to lead you to feeling super fatigued. Next sign, fourth sign here can be skin irritation. Skin irritation, you guys, again, something that we often don't think of our gut having anything to do with. Eczema, rashes, irritation and different things. And I don't mean things like poison ivy and little, like we have one of our super sweet women right now dealing with a massive case of poison ivy. That's different. That's exposure to actual a plant. I mean skin irritation, you guys. So for example, I know some women that are super sensitive to gluten or certain foods. One lady was actually cucumbers that ended up causing a rash on her face. There's little things, and now I'm not saying cucumbers are bad, it's something that triggered her. Everybody's going to be totally different, right? But if you're starting to have little skin irritations, I want you to look at that also as a red flag. Either you got exposed to something outside, in plants, of course, or literally it can be what is going inside your body and what's happening inside your gut. So skin irritations, eczema, maybe you have eczema already, but it got inflamed and it's irritated for some reason. Sometimes it can literally stem from your gut. I know someone specifically who gluten causes this for her. If she has triggers, or she eats too much gluten, one of the first things is her joint starts to swell, so it gets uncomfortable and she has rashes. And so again, it took her a while to figure out what in the world is triggering me to have this rash, and it led back to gluten. And it takes just being aware, and there's different things you can do as well too. But skin irritation, sign, I may need some gut health going on here. Sign number 5 can go back to the transformation that I was just talking about. If you're just now hopping on, I was talking about one of our VIP women that went through our 12-week program, and one of her biggest, besides the weight loss and the inches that she lost, some of the biggest wins for her was her autoimmune, her symptoms from her autoimmune disorders have drastically decreased, and to such an extreme, she's got her life back and she's feeling amazing, and it is a godsend, and she's just a blessing in the world. Hey, Marietta. So autoimmune conditions, you guys, a lot of times you can literally help your symptoms of your autoimmune. I'm not saying you can totally get rid of it. I'm not a doctor and I'm not promoting miracles here. But your food is some of your best medicine, and focusing on your gut health can sometimes help reduce a lot of the symptoms that you're experiencing from certain autoimmune diseases. Your unhealthy gut can sometimes literally cause the inflammation to increase, which affects your immune system, which again triggers a lot of the symptoms that you may have from your autoimmune issues, if you have any. So that's a big red flag. And then the last sign for thinking or for realizing, hey, maybe I need to focus a little bit more on my gut. Sometimes it can literally be your food intolerances. Food intolerance is meaning if certain foods trigger you to be more bloated, to have rashes, to have a lot of issues going on when you eat certain foods. A lot of times, again, these can definitely stem from an unhealthy gut. Okay. Yeah, Marietta, you know firsthand. Yeah, I agree with the gut. Your gut health affects everything, you guys. So if you're in this group and you're trying to lose weight, I'm trying to lose belly fat, I'm trying to do all the things, don't just focus on what calories I'm putting in my body. Don't just focus on, oh my gosh, I got to hit the certain macros. Like, yeah, we talk about macros and we shoot for those as focuses, and that's important for fat loss and weight loss. But you can do that all day long and not see any results if your gut is over here screaming at you with all these signs saying, hello, I need some attention. Your gut is not healthy. And it will keep you from actually getting results. It will keep you from doing all the things in the world, but not seeing any results in your scale, in your inches and all the things. So gut, you got to start in your gut. Your gut is your core. Like you as a woman and a mom, whether you're a mom or not, you're a woman, you're the core of typically the family, you're the core of all the things. Your gut is the core of you. So you got to focus on your gut. Okay. So those are some red flags. Now what causes a lot of gut inflammation, right? So gut inflammation is caused by a lot of things. And I'm going to go over, I'm going to go over, let's see, I've got like 6 in here that are the main things, five or 6. But your nutrition, you guys, is one of the biggest. One of the biggest triggers for gut inflammation is the processed food of today's world. One of our other ladies, I got to give Heather a shout out for bringing this name awareness to me, just calling. A lot of us are, I think it's our generation, it's just our society today, the way we live with instant gratification and we want things right away. Also has led us to a microwave generation is what she called it. I was like, that's genius. They even the name for it. A lot of processed foods out there in today's world that promise that they're healthy and they're organic and they're clean and they're healthy. You guys, some of the healthy things that say healthy on the label are some of the most unhealthy things going in your body. A diet that's high in processed foods and added sugars can cause or can decrease the amount of good bacteria that we have in our gut, aka cause gut inflammation. So if you're living on processed foods, and I mean, here's some big red flags. Like that's a whole nother training we'll do on a different day. But processed foods, meaning foods with a long list of ingredients, foods in the freezer section that say heat it and eat it is what I always say. If it's already cooked and all you have to do is throw it in the microwave and eat it, you guys, that is a massively processed food that's full of all kinds of extra sugars, sodiums, and you name it, just for convenience. Right? So the processed foods cause a really huge imbalance in our bodies, in our guts, that cause inflammation, that cause cravings. All of these things cause inflammation, they cause cravings, they cause damage to your gut. Big time, you guys. A lot of refined sugars, specifically things like high fructose corn syrup, you guys. That's like a big known ingredient. If you see it on the label, put it back on the shelf. Those are the big things that are causing gut inflammation, you guys. So if you are someone that like on the go, like I'm living life in the fast lane, which is almost all of us now in today's world. Hey, Debbie, glad you could join us. Just realize that if you're living on the go, and not taking a little bit of time out of one of your days, maybe just to help prep some food in advance so that you're actually eating more real food than processed food, then your gut is more than likely going to be inflamed. So high sugar, high processed foods is causing a lot of your gut inflammation. You guys, you can hit your macros all day long. You can hit your calorie count that you're supposed to be eating all day long. But if it's calories and macros that is full of processed food, drive-thrus, the healthy choice meals, all the things out there just to fit your busy lifestyle, then you may be trying to lose weight over here, and you very possibly could be seeing some, but you're not going to get near the results as if you actually focus on trying to get some more real food in your life. Okay, so that is one of the biggest causes of the gut inflammation in today's world, which is causing us to have all these other signs. If you're just hopping on, at the beginning of this video, I talked about the top signs of an unhealthy gut. Processed food, you guys, what we are putting in your mouth is some of the biggest causes of the gut inflammation and the gut unhealthiness that is keeping the belly fat on, keeping us tired, exhausted, unhappy, our moods not so nice, and they even affect our hormones. So diet is huge. Nutrition, what you're putting in your mouth. Not every calorie is created equal. Big red flags. Lack of sleep, you guys, is another thing that's causing ungut health. That's not even a word. Here I am making up word. I mean, I guess it is. It's our word. But anyway, back to a lot of the causes of the gut inflammation in our bodies that are causing a lot of things happening in our bodies. Lack of sleep. How many hours of sleep do you get in a night? Put in the comments if you're watching right now live or on replay. Like, how many hours of sleep do you average a night? Now, we're going to be in different seasons of life. Some women are in seasons with infants at home. Like, it's challenging, and you have to do your best is all you can do in those seasons of life. I remember going through those seasons, and it was some of the hardest seasons ever, especially after my second kid, because he didn't like to sleep unless he was laying on me. But if you're not getting enough sleep, you guys, it is something that you definitely want to focus on, because it also affects your gut. It affects your mood. It affects your weight loss journey. It affects how you show up for your family and your job and all the things you do on a daily basis, on a regular basis. It affects all the things that show up. I used to live on 3 to 4 hours of sleep and thought, man, I can do this. My body's okay with this. I've trained it to live like that. You guys, I broke down. I did it for almost 5 years because I get up at 3:45 in the morning teaching boot camps, which I love and I miss it. But it was killing me slowly because I wasn't taking care of myself and I was living on 3 to 4 hours of sleep. You guys, if you currently think that you can live on 4 hours of sleep for the long haul, it's not healthy. It's going to end up causing more damage in the long haul if you're living on lack of sleep. Is it easy to just say flip a switch and all of a sudden I can get 8 hours of sleep? No, it's not, but it's just a matter of some tiny shifts. If you're a mom, like this was my life. When my kids, prior to my daughter starting kindergarten, we flew by the seat of our pants. We winged it. They went to bed when they wanted to. I've worked from home since they were both born. So I never really got a structure routine. I got up at 3:45. So obviously I was up way before they were, but even on the days that I didn't necessarily get up that early, I would wake up when they came and crawled in bed with me. You guys, it was such a bad habit. Was it nice? Of course. I loved snuggling with my babies. But it wasn't a good habit for me because I also wasn't going to bed at a good enough hour where I could actually get a full night's sleep and actually get up and have a morning routine of any kind. So it starts with bedtime and then your morning time. So again, total another video. I don't want to go in too much of a tangent on that, but lack of sleep affects your gut. Let's just leave it at that. Lack of sleep affects your gut. And then your gut affects your weight loss. It affects your mood. It affects your energy. It affects your belly fat. So lack of sleep. How about this next one? Stress. Put stress in the comments below. Stress is something that we all have. Everybody's is going to be different. You're going to have seasons of your life where sometimes your stress is through the roof and sometimes maybe it's lower, and you're going to have days that it fluctuates. Stress is something we all have. The biggest thing that I have to say about this topic is know that stress is affecting your weight. Stress is affecting your overall health. Stress is affecting your belly fat. Stress is affecting your gut. Okay, and so the key to that is there's no magic switch to turn it off, unfortunately. I wish there was. Man, I wish there was. I would give it to anybody and everybody in the world if I had that kind of power. Stress is always going to be there. It's a matter of how we actually react to the stress is what matters. The thing that you cannot control is the outside sources causing your stress. What you can control is you and how you react to your stress. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, if you're watching now or later, drop what number, where does your stress lie on average? On average, again, because every day is going to be a little bit different. And if yours is up closer to the 10 on average, we've got to get it under control and work on some stress reducing habits. And there's a ton of them. I've done another training on stress habits. And if you want to watch that training, or I can do it again in another day, but just know that stress affects everything. So it's a matter of you got to find some habits to get into your life to start managing your stress better. It's the only thing you control. You can't control the outside sources, but you control you and how you function and mentally think about the stress and how you react to it. That's what is key. So stress, massive, massive, massive cause of an unhealthy gut. Because why? It also affects your hormones. Hormones, again, affects your gut. You guys, hormones affect everything. But you know what? Hormones, we can't necessarily control our hormones per se, but we can control our sleep. We can control the food we're putting in our mouth. And we can also control the stress that is affecting our hormones. You guys, all of these things affect our stress. Affect our hormones. Hormones are the devil for us women, unfortunately. But again, things that you're doing on the outside and putting on the inside of your body can positively affect your stress. Can you hear me now, Natasha? My internet was going in and out a while ago, so I hope I'm not freezing now. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Can you actually hear me talking now? Somebody tell me. Can you hear me talking still? Hopefully I'm not freezing. It looks like it is on my end. So yes, okay, cool. Thanks, Natasha. Sorry. So cloudy out here today, so. And then, okay, besides hormone, you guys affecting your gut inflammation, I already talked about the food, but again, food. Processed foods are high inflammatory foods, high sugar, the heat and eat kind of meals, okay? And that's all I'm going to say about that because I already went into a lot of detail on that one. But again, let's go into the third thing of today is how can I improve my gut? Okay, so some of these I already mentioned, but here's a couple other things. Obviously, lowering your stress. Does anybody have any stress habits right now you focus on? If you do, tell me what you do. Some of you guys in our program, we work with you on yours. We help you find some if you don't have any. Some of you meditate. Some of you journal. Some of you take quiet time, me time. We're a really big fan of helping you find a morning routine, even if it's only 5 minutes, all you get for yourself. You need 5 minutes for yourself. You need 10 minutes for yourself. You need to learn how to say no and learn how to say yes to yourself. Being selfish means taking care of you so you can show up better for everybody else. I'm making a shirt for that says that specific thing so that everybody can wear it loud and proud as a reminder for yourself. But you have to learn to be selfish. Stress, again, lowering it, managing it, creating habits among yourself to work on your stress. I will give Brittany Richardson a huge shout out because last week she was going through that. She's one of our VIPs going through our program and is super sweet, amazing mama and was working multiple jobs whenever we first started. And what she's learned to do last week specifically, and it's not always about getting your workouts on point. It's not always getting your nutrition on point. But guess what she did master last week was her stress reducing habit. Something as small as setting a timer 3 times throughout your day. Setting a timer. And when that timer goes off, you got to be disciplined to stop. Whatever it is you're doing, close your eyes if you physically can and you're in a place you can, and do nothing but some serious deep breathing practices for 60 seconds. Do it longer if you can, but that one little bitty thing helped to reduce your stress throughout the day. And then you slowly get into a habit of maybe I don't need a timer on my phone anymore, but if I'm feeling stressed, I'm just gonna stop and walk away and breathe. Don't react when you're in that moment, walk away. Walk away, take a deep breath, come back, and then respond to whatever it is you're facing. But how can I improve my gut health? Reduce your stress. Learn ways to manage it. It's the only thing you control. You can't control all the outside sources. I'm going to say that again because it's so hard for us as women. We want to control it all, and we can't. You have to learn to let go of control and learn how to manage you, yourself, your mind, and how you react to it. It's the only thing you can do when it comes to stress. Number 2, getting enough sleep. I already talked about this a little bit, but your sleep is so important. You guys, your sleep is more important often than even your workout. And yes, I said that. Your sleep is more important than your workout. If you were running on empty and you have no sleep, but you have a workout on your calendar, I always suggest to you, move your workout to another day and get some sleep. That is more important to you, I promise. It's going to help in so many different ways. So if that to you, if you're not getting enough sleep, maybe that's going to bed earlier. Maybe that's shutting down everything that's on the outside going on around you so that you can simply go to bed earlier. Maybe that's making your kids go to bed earlier. That was something that I had to do because I wasn't doing it. And it took me putting them to bed earlier so that mama can go to bed earlier and then I'm in a better mood. So getting enough sleep, eating slowly. Here's another, there's a couple more tips here. Eating slowly. How many of you guys eat so fast you don't even remember what you ate? How many of you guys have truly, honestly done that? Put me in the comments. I have done that before and I'm like, oh my gosh. Or how about you get heartburn because you ate so fast, you didn't chew your food up like you should. This is something huge because if you eat too fast, you guys, you're not truly chewing up your food as much as you should or you could. And then imagine that going into your digestive system. You're not helping your digestive system out and allowing it to be able to process what you just put in it, right? So eat slower. And I know that's so hard. Some days I'm like scarfing it down so fast because you're trying to get out the door. Slow down. One of the best things, Echo Summerhill, if you follow her at all, one of the best things I've learned from her is just slow down and breathe. There's no reason to rush on some of the things, you guys. If you find yourself constantly rushing, even if it's just to do the dishes or do something that does not need to be done in any sort of fast pace whatsoever, slow down and eat. Slow down, sit down. and actually chew your food. A few more tips here. Hydration. How much water do you drink in a day? Drop me that number in the comments if you measure it. I know those of you guys in our programs, we give you guys that goal from the beginning, day one. Why? Because it's so important. Hydrating your body with water, you guys. I'm not talking about sugary drinks. You should actually, you got to cut those out. That's also one of the biggest things that our amazing woman, Tammy, with her autoimmune issues, one of the first things we did and worked on, and she cut out Dr. Peppers, got rid of Dr. Peppers. Guess what started happening? Feeling better. Feeling better, functioning better, weight started coming off, our autoimmune issues started going down. Why? Because she was decreasing all that sugar she was putting in her body. I love it, Natasha. Close to a gallon is huge. That's awesome. Keep your water up, you guys. You have to hydrate. Hydrating your body with water and enough water. If you can get up to a gallon a day, awesome. Shoot for that. Shoot best you can. And we always shoot for a minimum of 80 ounces is kind of our little magic number. 80 or more. Why? Because your body needs water to function, and so does your gut. Your gut needs water to help you actually digest the food that you put in your body. So hydration is huge. Drink water. Water. Put water in the comments. If you're someone who struggles in this area, drink water. It's so beneficial to everything, including your gut. You're trying to lose weight, you need to make sure you're drinking enough water. You're trying to lose belly weight, you need to drink enough water. You're trying to work out harder, you're trying to feel better. Your energy alone increases when you actually hydrate your body. So does your joints and all the other things. Your scale will move if you drink more water. And then a couple more is number 5 tip. I think I'm on number 5. Number 5 tip is avoid food that you have intolerances of. And if you don't know what that is, shoot me a message. We can chat. Some of the biggest things you can do, you just need to be aware first. You need to be aware of what actually triggers me. So I've recently realized for myself, I love chips and salsa. I haven't been eating it very much at all because some fitness goals of my own for myself, because that's big for me. And but I did this weekend, and I realized that the corn and the chips totally bloated my stomach. So I know it's a little bit of a food intolerance. My macros were on point and perfect, but the scale was up and a little bit of bloating, and that's the only thing I ate that was different. That helps me realize, okay, that's a little bit of a food intolerance for me. I need to limit those again because I don't have that problem when I don't eat them. So the best thing that you can do when it comes to food intolerances is eat and then be aware afterwards of how you feel. Is there something that makes you feel super bloated, gassy, irritated, any of these issues? And I mean, you can go to a whole nother extent, do an elimination diet as well too, and go way strict and figure out what exactly those things are. We've done that with women as well too. So many ways to do it. But if you know you have a food intolerance, know how your body responds to it and avoid it as much as possible. But if you know that you have that intolerance and you eat certain things like gluten, if that's your tolerance, just know what's going to happen, and don't get on the scale if that's going to throw off your mindset, because it's probably going to go up. And then I already talked about one, and then take a prebiotic. We have a prebiotic that has a pre, a pro, and a postbiotic in it. If you need product information, put product below. I'd be happy to share any with you. But a good probiotic on a daily basis is so powerful for your gut. On top of taking a probiotic, think of it as that is your vitamin for your stomach. That's a vitamin for your gut to help your gut function and have the good bacteria in your gut that is necessary in order to function at a high level and help you reach the goals that you want. So pre and probiotic, I'm getting tongue-tied now. A pre and postbiotic, pre and probiotic. There's a couple things. We have one that's just literally a probiotic. It's like a candy stick. My daughter takes it. She loves it. And then there's also one that's literally has all three put together that you just sprinkle on your food or sprinkle in your drinks, your shakes. Yeah, Jamie, I'll shoot it over to you. But definitely huge. Some of you guys take probiotics already. Keep them up. That's the one vitamin I highly recommend to always take. And then again, your nutrition, you guys, is everything. High fiber, high omega fats, no process, little process, lowering your sugar, all these types of things are what is so key. And if you're in our program, these are why we teach you on these topics. We help you increase your protein. Why? Because we're trying to burn fat, lose inches, lose weight. Protein is such a massive part of that. But we also help teach you how to keep your fiber up. Why? Because of a lot of the benefits that I talked about today. As well as your omega fats. Your high omega-3s are what also helps fight gut inflammation. So it's good. And it's heart health. And there's so many other benefits to it. So that's why we also encourage healthy omega fats in your nutrition. A lot of plant-based sources out there. You guys, I know some of you guys are strictly plant-based or primarily plant-based majority of the time. Huge benefits to that when it comes to your gut health. And then again, just the biggest key when it comes to nutrition, real food. When you have a choice, choose real food over processed food all day long. And just give yourself grace, because there's always going to be moments and times in your life and your day that, you know what, I don't have an option to get real food. So I'm going to have to go with something over here that may be a little bit less healthy. It's okay. Give yourself grace. We don't expect perfection ever. Don't promote it. I don't believe that perfection exists except for the one person upstairs who's the only perfect person in the world. And so don't put that kind of pressure on yourself to be perfect every day, all the time. Just know how your body's going to respond. If you have something processed, be okay with it. Give yourself a few days, flush it out, and you'll be back to good. So if you have questions about this, definitely let me know what your questions are. I'll be happy to answer them for them. Drop them below or get in my inbox. My inbox is always open. And yeah, Jamie and Marietta, I'll get you guys some information on the product. Gut health is everything. That's where it all stems. And obviously, as you heard, it's affected by so many things. So it's something you need to work on a daily basis with your nutrition, good probiotics, staying hydrated, getting enough fiber in your diet, getting enough sleep, and learning to reduce or manage your stress. Learn to manage your stress. So hope you guys got value today. Love y'all every Monday in this group, 10 a.m. Central. I will see you on the next one. Bye.